Hello and welcome to the video. As always, I am Casey Chains and I review games here on my channel. Be sure to subscribe right now to stay up to date on all my latest reviews. Now, as a celebration for the recent success of the channel with passing 165 subscribers, I wanted to review the first ever PlayStation 4 exclusive video game. Thank you all for the support. I greatly appreciate it and I can't wait to share even more accomplishments with you in the future. Now, this review is of a game that I personally received as my first PlayStation 4 game once I originally bought the console in 2013, 7 years ago. And that game is none other than Killzone ShadowFall. We have a lot to talk about this game, and to help keep it all organized, I'm going to go over 5 key factors, and they are story, graphics, gameplay, replay value, and my personal opinion of Killzone ShadowFall in 2020. Does it hold up really well, or is it a dumpster fire that should never see the light of day again? Well, let's find out. So starting off with the story, Killzone ShadowFall takes place 30 years after the end of Killzone 3, and players take control of a new operative type called the Shadow Marshal. These are considered the special forces of the Killzone lore, and has us as players investigate a rising threat between Vecta and the Helghast. ShadowFall really changed things up for the next-gen console compared to the previous entries in the series. So introducing more stealth-based action into a more open-ended world gave the series a new direction to look at. The next thing we're going to look at is the graphics. By far the main selling point of this game, ShadowFall really knocked it out of the park with its graphical presentation from the next-gen console. The immense and powerful Decima engine that was used to create this game was released alongside the PS4 exclusive title. The Decima engine was hosting an incredible advanced AI and in-depth gaming physics to provide an awestruck adventure for the players this time around with Killzone ShadowFall. With the capabilities of 4K resolution and high dynamic range imaging, this new game engine provided Guerrilla Games Studios exactly what they were trying to achieve graphically with ShadowFall. As a fun fact, this engine was developed by Guerrilla Games themselves alongside Kojima Productions and was also used for the development process of Horizon Zero Dawn. At first glance, I was pleasantly surprised to see how well the graphics looked for a 7-year-old game. I mean, it doesn't look like a game from 2020 such as Ghost of Tsushima, but the graphics have aged incredibly well. It is still a very pretty game to look at while you're playing. Now moving on to the gameplay, ShadowFall for its time added a lot of cool features to the first-person genre for the current gen consoles. The most notable feature was the addition of the Owl, which the Owl was a battle drone that helps you battle the Helgen and has a lot of different functionalities to it. It was fun experimenting with different ways to take out the enemies and traverse the landscape through Killzone ShadowFall thanks to the Owl drone. The next category we're going to look at is the replay value. Honestly, once you experience the latest adventure to battle the Helgen once, there's not an immense amount of replay value here. As it is your first typical first-person shooter adventure game, there just isn't much incentive to give this another playthrough after your initial run. There isn't many players on the multiplayer servers either, so it's really hard to include that as a selling point right now in 2020. I personally couldn't find a single match while trying to play the multiplayer of the game. It feels like the multiplayer was a rushed addition to the game, even when it was first released back in 2013. The main story will run you about 11 hours depending on your playstyle. Even Platinum Hunters will find it hard to get the trophies. As I've said, the multiplayer is virtually dead at this point and doesn't offer a lot of replayability. The last and final category to go over is my personal opinion of Killzone ShadowFall in 2020. Is it worth your time and money, or should you save it for something else? In all honesty, if you're looking for a weekend distraction, I'd say rent this game if anything. I feel like it just hasn't held up that great for being a 7-year-old game. If the story was better, it'd be easier for me to say it's a must-buy. At the time of recording this review, I found it for $15 on Amazon and as low as $1 single on eBay. It sadly just doesn't offer enough replay value for your money in 2020. Well, there you have it. There has been my review of the first exclusive PS4 game ever, Killzone ShadowFall. I hope you enjoyed this review, so please smash that like button right now if you did, and consider subscribing if this is your first time seeing my content. I post new reviews every Tuesday and Thursday every single week. I can't wait to see you in the next review. Deuces.